These three cups represent wealth ownership in the United States in 2024. The top 10%, the middle 40%, and the bottom 50%. The amount of water I'm about to pour in each cup represents their net worth or the wealth that they owned in 2024. The bottom 50%, that is half of the entire country. They only have about 2% of the wealth in 2024. The middle 40%, that is people who have roughly 400,000 to 700,000 in net worth. They have about 29% of the net worth wealth in this country. The top 10%, they have 69% of the wealth, and that is very much skewed by the top 1% who own 50% of the stock market. What's happened since January 2025? We've seen record Dow numbers, record S&P numbers. We're about to have our world's first trillionaire in the United States. And this is Trumponomics. This is basically trickle-down economics and a theory that if richer people get richer, that will eventually trickle down to the other brackets. But here is the reality of what's happened. The bottom 50%, and again, that's half of America, got a $260 million net worth gain. Again, that is half of America sharing this wealth increase. Middle 40%, they gained about 2.6 trillion in 2025. Now, a lot of these gains are due to the fact that people in this bracket tend to invest. They have retirement, they've seen a bump in their 401ks and IRAs, and they also typically own houses, and we've seen that the valuation of houses has increased in 2025. That seems all positive until you get to the actual data. The top 10% gained $10 trillion in 2025, and this was unbelievably skewed to the top 1%. Of the around $12.76 trillion in wealth increases in 2025, the top 10% took 80% of it, the middle 40% took around 18%, and the bottom 50% took 2%. Because of this, in the distribution, the bottom 50% lost half a percentage point, the middle 40% lost half a percentage point, and the top 10% gained a percentage point. In 2025, we saw 90% of the United States lose wealth. We saw 9% basically stay stable, and we saw the top 1% see massive increases. And for whatever reason, millions and millions of Americans believe that this is just magically going to happen one day.